action. If you for those that are in the chat room, when you get there, please check in and let us know how you can hear, if you can hear us pretty well. Oh yeah, we need to get that Marmite. Oh,
this shows
we're on this one. Okay, so mine's showing offline still.
Mine's showing offline as well.
Refreshing. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh,
it's like we're on
Nice.
the internet.
This one. Oh, I might want to turn down the volume there.
got a little delay.
Wow, I have really good
You
speakers.
might want to turn the volume down there.
Yeah,
You might want to turn the volume down there.
there it is. That was awesome. I did not know my laptop speakers was that high quality. Mark, you can hear us all right? Mic
Hold
check.
on. He's Snapchatting his Ewok. Look.
Are you Snapchatting selfies of yourself?
A little bit.
Am I doing this right?
Pretty
Am I
much.
doing
No,
this
but
right?
it's like that. It's been like that for a little while.
Did you send him to
Folks,
Al?
we are down here with our friends.
Are you an Al
There it
Snapchat
is. Getting ready to launch this week's
Oh yeah.
Sonarfeed episode.
Bobby Grandma?
Bobby Grandma.
Grandma, turn it around so it has the badges on the front. There you go. Unless you're approaching the criminal in reverse.
Wicket.
That's how
Wicket
the
is
kids
my
are doing
favorite
it nowadays.
producer. Hey,
That's perfect.
I really feel bad about not bringing a hat now. No. I was doing grown-up slick back hair today. Thanks.
Oh, we're gonna throw we're gonna do a
Hashtag
new one.
hair
We're gonna have a special one today.
Announce the announcers.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny. Like, who is that?
Oh yeah, yeah, that hotel food and
Here we go. Nope, I don't want to tweet that.
I've been called out by Colton, who, by the way, I'm going to give a huge shout-out to, for first time drumming in the section.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think Colton, I think he's 19. 19?
Yeah, I'm
Colton,
pretty sure
19?
he's
20? He's not 21. Colton's sub 21. And drove from Texas. It's like I've only seen Colton in random cities that are not in Texas, and he drummed the entire match, first time in Colorado, and did
that's a
great job.
lot.
Well
no, that's a
done.
lot of that's
Well
like
done.
a lot of respect.
Not by himself though the whole time. Yeah, like this was full on, just him, his jam. Colton Kaiser. Yeah, did a great job.
That's awesome. Shout out to Colton. And I think we're almost ready here.
I mean, Mark's Snapchatting still.
Yeah.
I was twittering.
Twittering.
Is Wicket your favorite Ewok, or the only Ewok you know? Thank you.
Ooh, can I get one of those?
No.
Let's go with it. I'm just gonna go with one IPA. Let's do
James
it.
probably needs a beer.
Yeah.
Or no beers.
I got water. I had a beer.
Video on.
Subsist on water from now on.
Good job.
Yeah. Man, I love it. Keeping me on my toes. Hey, Al, could I bug you for that water? Thanks, man. Let's go.
Aaron said he can see the chat, sorta, but not the stream. That's because he's in a third world country.
Texas.
I mean Texas.
Good use of country and Texas, by the way. Yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done.
People aren't big seating.
I mean,
Constantly.
all the time. Yeah.
Constantly.
It's almost that time.
Wow, we've gotten 5 thumbs up.
Nice.
That's pretty impressive. This is the most entertaining pre-show I've ever seen.
No
guys.
question.
Yeah.
No question.
Kyle, what do you think?
Great.
Are you Snapchatting
Excellent.
Mark right now?
No, I'm. The struggle is real right now. I'm trying to get.
Are you Snapchatting Sounders FC? If you do, you've got to use a lot of emojis.
Tons of emojis. I'm just going through the whole keyboard.
With the video?
The whole emoji keyboard.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And we'll be back, folks, with the one and only BritBox. Did I say that right?
Hello, welcome to Sonarfeed, episode 169. We are joined today by Tom Biro.
Hello.
What's your Twitter handle?
What are we using today?
Thank you.
Bougie Hooli or at Tom Biro.
All right, and it's my esteemed honor to introduce our two announcers.
The pleasure is all yours.
Directly in front of me is the voice of your Seattle Sounders 2, Hugo Garcia.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. AKA me be the Seattle. I know. I got to watch out for him now.
Directly to the side of him is the voice of your Seattle Sounders FC, James.
Woollard.
James.
Woollard.
James.
Woollard.
Welcome alley-oop there.
Oh, man, this is why this is a soccer podcast.
You guys nailed that one.
Yes, we did. Welcome, folks. Welcome to the beautiful Berliner Pub in downtown Renton, Washington. One of the finest establishments in all the land. Make sure you guys come and check us out. Come and hang out. Try some of their amazing food, their drinks. Their staff is one of the best. It is the best staff here in town. But definitely want to invite everybody to check out the Berliner Pub. We could not be doing this without their support, so I want to get that out there right away and get right into it, man. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Nice, man. It's great to have you back.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my return.
Yes, the
I
return.
was here May 2015. So it's
Oh my
fun to be back.
gosh, it's almost a year since.
Wow.
Almost a year.
Doesn't seem like a year.
No, it doesn't, man.
The lingering memory of Marmite.
Marmite.
Marmite. Oh.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of
Yes, I
which,
have brought another jar. So
And,
anybody who hasn't tried Marmite, can
yeah.
try it again. Or even if you've tried it
oh.
once, you can try it again. My speaker not working?
we're good.
Okay, we're good.
But we might have somebody who has not tasted this at this table here. We have it, and you are
Eileen's
to taste
looking
it
like
today.
She might not have tasted it.
Oh, nice. We know who's going
So
to.
later on, we
Eileen
maybe
brought
do
her
a
own
taste
bread.
test.
Do it. I highly recommend it. It's just
Typically,
not gonna
most
be me.
Americans don't like Marmite for some reason. But I grew up in it as a baby, ate it from infancy. So it's like,
Dude.
it's a delicacy
Wow,
to me.
your parents put you through that.
It wasn't torture. Believe
Mom
me.
and Dad Woollard.
Yeah.
What were you guys
The
doing?
Lords.
Have your
So
spoonful,
cruel.
James. Have your spoonful.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Oh,
Even
look at
today,
him
I'll
smiling
have
when
it
he's
every-
talking about it.
Almost every breakfast, I'll have Marmite on toast.
Have you ever had it on a tortilla?
No. So maybe we could try that tonight or something.
So what is
A soft
the,
taco or something.
What's the standard way of eating Marmite?
Pretty
Not.
standard way is just
Yeah.
on toasted
Yeah.
bread with butter, a little bit of butter, and
So the
Marmite.
butter first.
Thin layer of Marmite
butter,
on the top.
I love the way he said butter.
Butter with the double T pronunciation there. And a couple of slices of toast in the morning. That's my breakfast. Very easily pleased.
It's like a yeasty
It is.
marmalade.
It's actually beer drinkers will like this. It's actually a byproduct of the brewing industry.
Oh, okay.
And it grew up in the Midlands sort of area, North Midlands area of England. There was a big brewery there that had this kind of sludge leftovers from the brewing industry, the yeast that they use in brewing. And I think somebody came up with a dual purpose. I don't know how. I don't know how anybody first tried it. Like, why would you, think to put this on a piece of
desperation?
But anyway, maybe someone was stuck in the brewing vat or something. And
God.
couldn't get out, and it was like their last means of survival. So they ate it, and it became Marmite.
So I am very open-minded when it comes to trying food, and I tried it a year ago. And it's hard for me to not like something, but I do not like Marmite, man.
So
Mexicans do not approve.
Working in the railroad industry.
Like all of Mexico?
All of Mexico.
The byproduct.
Blanket statement.
The yeast
Guaranteed.
byproduct is shipped on trains.
Yes.
Around the United States, and when they come in the yard, you can smell them. It's got a distinct smell to it.
Distinct aroma.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If you, I can't remember the exact town where this comes from. Maybe on here actually, if I look closely, but. Definitely, it came from a brewery, and if you were to travel through that town, you've got that distinct smell of the brewery, and then the Marmite as well.
Would anybody be willing to try this on the show right now live? Grandma just said yes.
Is willing. So
yes.
we will need some bread and butter.
We'll get the amazing Kayla to bring us some of their maybe a pretzel.
Oh,
try it with a pretzel.
No,
just
probably
bread.
need
All right,
to get the authentic,
Toast.
true taste. You need bread.
Nice.
Yeah, good quality bread.
Well, as you guys may or may not have seen, we are in full Hat Week mode here at Sonarfeed. For those of you that are not aware of Hat Week, Kyle, can you summarize a little bit what Hat Week is all about?
It originally started from a typo with Columbus and Hate Week. Unfortunately, forgot the E, and it turned into Hat Week. And it's just been rolling from there.
So, hold on.
You're saying
was
they can't
that
spell in Columbus?
pretty much?
Okay.
Well, so literally, like the team forgot to put the E, or the
I have a
supporters?
different origin story, but we'll let that one roll for right now.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the other origin story? Because that was the one I was told.
The one I was told was that Rats in the City, who's your ECS capo when Heather is not the capo,
right,
was talking smack because they were like, we're rivals with Seattle. We hate them. Hate Week. Right? And then it became Hate Week. Why don't we just go with Hat Week? And then we, of course, ran with it, as we do. And Sounder at Hard and a number of other people were just all over it. At some point, I think there were some typo incidents, but apparently there was some sort of like, let's just call it Hat Week. Yeah,
it's making fun of their attempt to make a rivalry out of nothing.
Right now, we've got like Wicket over here.
Yeah.
Mark.
What's up?
Grandma with her Bobby.
We've got a Bobby hat.
Let's see if we can distill this.
A British policeman or Bobby.
Is that a good shot there, Mark? Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm talking about.
This is the one and only ECS thing that I'm going to talk about for this week. It's Hat Week this week, and we have special edition Hat Week hats at Fuel, starting at whatever time Fuel opens. $5 cash. Have a good time.
So
good.
What's the quantities of this hat?
We have 96 hats. If you know anything about when Columbus started as a team,
96.
that nails it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my promotion for the evening.
No, it'd be cool to get a unique, one of a kind hat.
Wear your hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, its beginnings are kind of similar to the yachting.
Very much so. Yeah.
All right.
That's cool.
Sounders has a close connection with Columbus, right? Ziggy came from Columbus.
Yeah.
Chad
Brad
Marshall.
Brad
Evans. Yeah.
Yeah. So they pretty much hate us. And that's okay.
That's all right.
That's okay. We don't care. We don't care.
They just don't like us because we don't puff smoke in the bathroom.
Exactly. You
cool
hate
with
us,
that.
we wear hats.
I'm cool with
That's
Toilet
how we roll.
Ultras.
Oh my God. But
that. They go hard.
since we're here with The Voice. I mean, I'm going to skip through the game. We're going to come back to this weekend's game so I can get a recap because I was at a tequila festival and didn't catch. I'll be honest. I didn't catch most, if not all of it. But I want to go right into the key question about Jordan's first goal and how it felt to announce that goal, what it felt like. Were you like nervous leading up to it? Did you think that was going to be the game? I called it, by the way, and Tom, I told him at halftime that he was going to score that goal of that game. But did you?
Well, and I've got to acknowledge my boss, who's actually here, Al Wright. Al's a
Shout
prophet.
out to Al.
When it comes to scoring goals, Al is a prophet, and he predicted like 10 minutes before Jordan scored that Jordan was actually going to score. So
Nice.
shout out to Al over there. And yeah, I mean, in answer to your question, I think I'm always slightly nervous. I mean, you're talking to a crowd of 40, 50 people.
Oh my God, dude! I get nervous.
It's a healthy nervousness.
Yes.
It keeps you on the ball. Makes you, don't
Keeps you sharp.
want to be too relaxed when you're doing my job.
Right.
But definitely, it was up there as a very special moment. I mean, I think some special moments for me. Zakawani's substitution coming on after his injury, big time. Papa's goal, winning the Supporters' Shield.
Oh, yeah.
Papa's 2 goals, but his first one especially. And then this one was definitely a special occasion because, as Matt Johnson alluded to on the radio, the crowd had just been waiting so long for him to score. Were we 6-7 games into the season by that point?
The crowd, the city,
and so
the
the crowd was like
the
itching
country
for him to score. The country was itching for him to score. He'd had a few chances. He had a great chance, I think, in the first home game. So so everybody was like, "We want to say Morris," and I obviously gotten to say him as part of the starting 11, which was fun. But nothing beats being able to announce him as a goal scorer.
for sure.
It was just fantastic. And the fun thing was, and I didn't know this until afterwards, after I'd announced the goal, because I always say, Sounders FC goal scored by number 13,
Man.
Jordan, and then the whole crowd chants back Morris. But I didn't hear this until afterwards. Adam Weigel alerted me to this because he was listening on the radio. He wasn't actually at the game, but he said, "Did you know that Matt Johnson and Pete Fewing had actually literally paused to hear the crowd at that point?"
Wow.
So that was really neat. So
That is pretty
That's
cool.
outstanding.
That is outstanding.
So
Did they
I contacted.
plan it? They didn't plan it with you. They didn't coordinate or anything. It just happened.
No. It was. I mean, I think what it was good announcing on Matt's part because he realized this is a very, significant moment for the team and for Jordan. Rather than just talk over it and give some more color commentary, they'll actually cut to the crowd at that point and listen to the crowd chanting back his second name, which was really cool.
Oh,
so it was
yeah.
great for the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
So Adam told me about this. I contacted Jason Rance, and Jason sent me the clip. So I put it on SoundCloud, and then I think it was Jeremiah Ocean put it on Sounder at Heart. So that was really fun that the people on social media could hear that as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because if you were at the game, you wouldn't have
all
heard
of
it
us
on
were.
the radio, and I don't think there's any other way of accessing the radio feed. So thanks to Jason for providing
Shout out.
that.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate that.
yeah, it was just fun to listen to the crowd reaction. Obviously, everybody was super excited.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember
And,
where I was exactly. I was like, "Yep,
Yep. Yeah, it was cool.
that's
Really
awesome.
fun.
That's awesome, man." Where were you guys at? I mean, what were you in the section? Were you in the section?
Was in the section.
Yeah.
I was on the left cushion of the couch.
Left cushion.
Yeah, trying to help a child go to sleep. So
Oh.
yeah, I remember.
Nice.
Adulting hard.
Yeah, way
Man,
hard,
you're
hard.
you're adulting hard.
Way hard.
That was crazy
Respect.
in the stadium.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
I think it will become one of those moments. Where were you when?
Oh yeah. That's,
Where were you when Jordan
Let's hope
Morris
so.
scored his
Yeah.
first goal?
Yeah.
Good on him. I mean,
Yeah.
that was huge. I think we were talking earlier, and even from the section, you could see the moment when the stadium lit up.
Yeah.
With his name, and I watched the
Yeah.
replay later, and that was just it was pretty neat to see.
Oh yeah.
And a big shout out to Andreas Ivanschitz because that was one of the best assists you'll ever see
Oh,
in
yeah.
soccer.
Beautiful delivery.
And Jordan finished it off, but Andreas gets some great assists, so that was great to
Totally,
see.
man. And then I just had all of us were really antsy, but I just had a feeling like, oh, it's happening. That morning I did the radio Spanish on El Rey 1360 AM en Español. Soma Sounders, shout out. And then I was like, man, I feel like we're gonna win 2-1. But the most important part is gonna be Jordan's gonna have his first goal, just because he got a chance to get some time off when I think game before Ziggy took him off the starting lineup, and to just come back in the following game, kind of like, okay, let's have fun.
Yeah.
Let's play some football. So
I don't know if you watched the TV replay. One of the exciting things was when he got subbed off. He was like a giddy little schoolboy.
yeah.
I noticed he sat down on the bench and everybody was congratulating him. I think Miller had his arm around him or something, and then his dad came up to him and shook his hand.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was like transported probably back to his school days.
Yeah,
It's like
kid.
my dad just
First time,
congratulated me
yeah.
on this, and it was just
and the grin
it
on
was so
his
exciting
dad's
to
face
see his
too, on Dr. Morris's face. The
Mercer
smile.
Island real estate went up even more.
There you go.
Seriously. Oh man, but also that photo. You guys see that photo? Mike, is it Mike
Yeah,
that took that photo?
Mike Russell.
Mike Russell. Wow,
Excellent
that must
Yeah.
be my favorite photo of his of
Yeah.
all time, and he's made amazing photos,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You couldn't have planned that.
No, no.
When I
it's-
posted the clip on SoundCloud, before that, I reached out to Mike. I said, "Do you mind if I use that photograph as the image to go with the recording?"
yeah.
And if you are playing on, I think if you're playing on an iPad, it actually has the picture going left to right or right to left
Nice.
as you hear Matt Johnson, Pete Fearing talking about it, and then you've got him jumping in the air.
Oh,
so
it's
you
perfect.
That's
it's
cool.
a
Perfect
visual
timing, yeah.
and audio representation of the excitement of that.
And it's a
that
perfect
goal.
way to take that moment in, because it was a key moment. It's huge, man. Huge.
Huge.
So that takes us into huge games, huge goals this week. All right, guys, I'm gonna rely on you guys to recap this weekend's game, because I
You were smart.
I made a good call. I went to the Northwest Tequila Festival. Shout out to my friend Andrea and Pablo for the invite back in February, and make sure I got that ticket. But it was a good times. But I want to hear what happened, because I didn't watch. I didn't DVR it, because I'm like, let me hear it from the crew. What's up? How'd it go down? Kyle, don't give me the silent treatment, man.
It was a rough game to watch.
Was it?
Especially the first half. Second half, they looked like they were getting it together a little more, and then
Okay.
it kind of broke down at the end, obviously. But it's a work in progress.
The goal.
Great goal. Rolled on, sent a crossover, and I believe it was Hercules played a dummy off it, and it rolled right to Jordan. He did his work. Nice little individual effort, and shot it across the face of goal, and keeper couldn't. It was a diving try to save, and it went right under his arm and into the corner. So
So at that point, did we score first, or did they score?
They scored first.
oh, they
It
scored.
was-
They were up 2.
They were 2-0 up.
2-0.
Yeah,
And then
2-0.
we got the goal back.
We got one back, and it looked like the momentum.
Momentum
was
swing in.
shifted. Yeah, and then that offside goal that they allowed.
I heard about.
Yeah,
Why does
kinda
it seem
killed
like we
the
always get like
momentum,
a
and
really,
obviously Brad,
really bad call against us?
Expletive deleted, red card. That pretty much killed off the game there. But
So I was actually trying to watch that at a restaurant at the time. Brad was sent off after their third goal.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
he was. So they said that he it was dissent and bad
More
language
dissent.
or whatever, and then the guy gave him a yellow for it. He did the same thing over again, gave him a second yellow, sent him off.
Right. I know on social media there was some confusion about whether he got a
Whether
straight
that-
red or
yeah,
did he get
or
two
he got
yellows.
one, yeah,
And
no,
then he explained it himself, didn't he?
Two yellow, yeah.
I saw Don Ruiz quote.
Kind of a weird situation, and it's strange to see people get a red card for foul language.
What
Yeah.
the?
So but
So I wonder what he said, because
in effect, he got two yellows for foul language.
right.
Yeah.
And he's the captain, so you
Well-
figure they give the captain a little more leeway on things like that.
And it's funny, if you read the quote, again, if you want to give it to him for the language, whatever, that's a whole nother discussion.
Right.
But the refs had Sounders 10 times, I think it was, and there's been 6 reds, and 4 of them have been against Sounders. And that's not about it being against Sounders. That's a lot of red cards.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's
Jeez.
not like Brad gets lit up on referees
No.
that
right,
often.
right.
So
exactly. But
to me, that feels like a little bit bigger deal than Brad just being frustrated at the ref at the
Yeah.
moment.
yeah. Yeah, it's
Is there
something-
ever a retroactive review where they can show, well, even though he shouldn't have used bad language, he had
I don't know if that.
a reason for questioning the decision?
I know a lot of the retroactive stuff have certain guidelines that they have to fall under
Yeah.
to be able to be reviewed, and I'm not sure that language
Yeah,
is one of the
Right.
or falls under that. So
yeah,
it's
right. He obviously said the words. He admitted
Yeah,
he said the words.
I mean, I think
Right,
if anything,
right.
we've seen with
Right.
if you look at Geiger selections this season, it ends up becoming the ref gets punished essentially.
Right.
Not necessarily they take anything away from the players'
Right.
cards.
Nothing. So for to get a little bit different perspective, since you and Mark were actually at the match in Colorado, what was it like atmosphere-wise? I heard it was 160 or 140.
I think we had 181 in the section.
181 folks, man.
Yeah, and then there were a couple hundred other 200
Yeah, about 200
About,
other throughout
like
the
youth soccer players and their families.
soccer girls team was there.
Yeah.
And there was in the whole other section way over there, Sean and his niece or whatever. They're like.
So the stadium had close
Yeah.
to 500 people there representing.
We had a
for the
pretty
Sounders.
solid amount of Sounders, and then there were some others just dispersed around. Section was great. You know, I went last year to a match, and we had a decent crowd, but not like this. It was just a different thing.
What do you think attributed to such a high number?
Aside from cheap flights and Denver's a fun place to go. No, I think travel's been great, and it's not just about any one supporter group. I think Sounders fans are hot for travel. I mean, it's easy to travel out of Seattle, generally
Right.
speaking, cost-wise and otherwise. This is a relatively easy trip. You could go Saturday morning and come back
Back
on
Sunday.
Sunday. You know, there was cool stuff to do, and flights were less than $200 a pop.
Nice.
You know, yeah, some people were 130.
130?
150. Yeah, I think
That's
that
about how much I
contributes
spent at
a
the
lot.
Tequila Festival.
At the
Damn.
end of the day, I think people see that people love to travel in general.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? And when it's somewhat affordable, and I think people have been really good about just saying, hey, crash it in my hotel room, or people have friends on the ground and they have a place to stay. It makes it somewhat affordable. I mean, there was there you go, Heartland Horde.
Oh, nice.
Came
Oh,
in from
here we
all
go.
over the place.
Boom.
I think people have just realized it's fun
That's
to
an
go
awesome
to
sticker,
away
Grants.
matches, and again, it's just about a different way to support your club.
Yeah.
Nice.
In another environment, and frankly, for me, like, it's fun to hear from players that they notice when it happens, and it's not really about like an ego play, but it's neat when you're like setting up the section and the players are warming up and they turn around and wave at you. Like, that's pretty awesome.
That is awesome,
like
dude.
They recognize
Oh, yeah.
that you bring
Oh, yeah.
something to the scenario, and we're there. Anyone's there in any match to try and like spur on your team. And I think
speaking
people
of
recognize
which-
they can do. We can get to that.
All right.
In the stadium, confidently or cockily, I'll say it's pretty quiet in Colorado. We had more people, I think, in our section
Really?
than they did in their
Mark's over
supporter
here like,
section.
yeah, they were like,
And we focused on singing for the team, even down 2-0 or 2-1. There are plenty of fun things that you can sing at opposing teams and opposing fans, and we tried to stick to the game, and
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's really just going out and trying to support the club, and like, win or lose, I'm hoping, for the rest of the season, if we lose another 8 games, like, we
God
keep
forbid.
being able to bring it like we've been bringing it. I mean, knock on wood. but
Yeah. So,
Go on.
no, please.
I was going to say, interesting observation coming from the UK. Obviously, when you got an away match in the UK, it's so much easier to travel to.
Yeah.
I tuned in the other day. It actually was watching a repeat of a Norwich-Liverpool game, and I think they said, there's 1,000 Liverpool supporters in the crowd. But you have to bear in mind, Liverpool to Norwich is less distance, I looked it up, than Seattle to Spokane.
Jeez.
So, that's an away game. No wonder you can take 1,000 supporters with you to an away game when you're talking 200 and whatever miles it
Take a
is.
double-decker bus down.
Exactly, yeah.
Speaking of away games, when's the next away game you're going to go to?
Well, I would I'm thinking about the Portland game again, but I'd like to go to the Vancouver game. I can't remember what date it is, but I've not been to the Vancouver Stadium. I hear it's really fun.
Well, we can get you the info.
Okay.
October.
There you go.
October. Okay. Well, last year I went with Gorilla FC bus down to Portland, which was really fun, and I
Hung out with us.
I hung out with you guys.
But
and it was really fun.
you went strong in the section, man. That was awesome.
Yeah,
That was
I met
awesome.
some. It was really fun because I met some people for the first time. I was right next to John Edward Beasley, who goes by @thatloudguy on Twitter. If you've ever followed him, he's kind of fun guy. And Cowboy Dave was to my left.
Shout out to
Marcus
Cowboy
Hannibal
Dave.
was there as well. So there was a bunch of people I knew, and then some people I met for the first time. So it was really fun.
Look like you got a Liverpool fan out here, Morgan.
Oh yeah, Liverpool.
Saying, yeah, Liverpool. Hey, tell us how to pronounce that wondrous team of the year.
Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah, so
it's
it's-
not Leicester?
No. So you look at the spelling and it looks kind of odd. You think you should say Leicester, but you just got to basically drop that middle portion and just say Leicester.
Leicester.
And it's the same with the place named Worcester.
Oh, the
which-
sauce.
Not Worcester.
Not
It's
Worcestershire.
Worcester. So
Worcestershire.
The English language is weird. Not Worcester.
Americans.
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
So Worcester sauce.
Worcester sauce.
Or Worcester is the place.
Worcester.
Leicester is the team.
Leicester.
And I'm not a fan of Leicester. Never was, but I must admit I'm super happy and excited for them because it looks like, especially with Tottenham's draw today,
Right.
they might, with a win, well, they will, if they win on Sunday against Manchester United,
But-
become the Premier League champions.
But is
and Al is shaking
Van
his head in
Dijk-
disappointment because he's a Man U fan.
Is
But-
oh.
but it's true. I mean, if they win on Sunday, they will be the Premier League champions, and they will be only the sixth team ever to win the Premier League since it was founded.
You really think they're gonna
in
lose?
92.
Wow.
It's been dominated by Manchester United,
Yeah.
Manchester City,
Yeah.
Chelsea, Arsenal. I think maybe the fifth
That's
one
a
is
lot of
Blackburn
pressure,
Rovers.
though.
But yeah,
And aren't they without their best player, Vardy or Vardis? Or Vardis?
yes, they were without Vardy.
But what about
Um,
this coming game?
Oh, and
Is he
he'll
out?
probably be
He's
back.
back, right?
He has at least one more
One more?
suspension. Oh, that's a shame.
Shout out
Why?
to Jamie
What did he
Vardy taking good photos up
Was
on the
that recent
he do?
news? Okay, so apparently
all saw
Jamie
that.
Vardy got an additional one-game suspension.
So I follow.
Foul language, yeah.
Was it really?
Yes, and he was
Oh
really in
my
the
God.
face
He said
of the
bloody.
referee. Yes. You bloody referee.
So
really
our
bad.
buddy, oh my god, I can't think of his name right now. He started his own blog because he can no longer write for the Seattle PI because he stopped doing Sounders blog. He went to Mexico with us. He's from England. Oh my god, I can't think of his name right now. Simon! Sorry, Simon. Shout out to my boy Simon there. I apologize.
Mark did something.
Yeah, he did. No, but he started. He wrote a great piece on the likelihood of what Leicester. Is it Leicester?
Leicester City.
Leicester
yeah.
City is doing.
Yeah.
And it's something that is
Very,
likely
very
not going to
unlikely.
happen
Yeah,
again.
The odds were 5,000 to 1 apparently.
5,000 to
And
1.
somebody actually did. I mean, I can imagine quite a few Leicester fans put
Yeah.
money on.
Yeah.
You know, because it was
Hey,
silly odds.
I would bet $100 on the Mariners
Yeah.
winning the World Series.
So-
the odds must be really good on that one too.
And there was an article in the BBC, which I put on Twitter this week and Facebook, that talked about the rise of Leicester and how to explain it to an American, because it's not just like an NFL team winning the Super Bowl.
No.
It's like a team coming from, I don't know,
the minor
leagues in baseball. It's like the Tacoma Rainiers or the Everett Aquasox somehow being promoted within 2 years to the
MLS.
MLB,
MLB.
and winning the World Series. That's what's happened in
So-
Leicester.
I remember seeing a video. NBC actually did a pretty good job, and they did this whole story on it. But basically, it comes out to this weekend. They win, and they win the whole league.
Yeah,
right?
they win everything.
And
And that's
how many
it.
games
In
are left
England, there
here?
isn't any playoffs, so you win the league
Right,
title,
it's like
They have
the
more than
Supporters
2
Shield
games
equivalent.
left.
That
Don't
is
they
it.
have
You're the
5?
you are the champions.
So Tottenham just played their one in hand today.
Did you just say Tottenham?
Tottenham.
Whatever.
Okay.
Tottenham.
Thank you.
Tottenham.
Played their game today, and because they
So
tied,
3 matches left.
so there's 3 matches.
Okay.
But if
Three
they just win
matches.
one of the
And
three,
they're-
they're good.
Yes,
Oh, man,
because
they'll win one
Leicester
of
are 7
three.
points ahead.
That's just
So if they win one, then it's impossible,
Mathematically, yeah.
or something like that, or 8 points ahead. So if they win, they're
that's cool, man.
they're-
It's almost as good as my
they're the
Chivas
winners.
coming back. Shout out to Chivas and Liga MX, guys. Sorry, I had to talk about him. They're up to 6th place. Had a tie this week against Pachuca. 2 games left. They're going to be in Liguilla for the first time since, gosh, I don't know how long, but they're back. That's all that matters. All right, back to regular schedule programming.
So another Sounders connection. Alan Hinton used to play for West Bromwich Albion.
Oh, okay.
So, of course, he was super happy today because they managed to draw with Tottenham. And he, I think, like me, like a lot of people in Britain who are kind of neutral,
They like to root for
they
the
want to
smaller
root
clubs.
for the underdog. So
Yeah.
he's,
Right.
who doesn't want Leicester? You know, the only people, obviously, it's Tottenham now. It's down to 2 teams who can win it. Tottenham or Leicester. And, you know, and if you're not a Tottenham fan, I think you're rooting for Leicester probably.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, man. Cool
Shout outs
stories.
to Arlo, by the way.
Yes.
Who's like
Another big Leicester fan.
big Leicester fan who's probably thrilled. I think got to call the game. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure he's going to give him goosebumps.
Let's see. We got some nice, interesting comments here. Shout outs to Tom in the chat room.
And by shout out, you mean Morgan. Morgan hates me.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Aaron's here.
Up, Jerry says, "Go Pumas."
I know. Oh, yeah, it is. No, boo.
Jerry wants some birria.
Oh, shut up, Jerry. No.
That's goat soup, Jerry.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen, buddy.
Don't want that.
Not at all. All right, so
I was told to teach everybody how to pronounce Edinburgh as well.
Edinburgh.
Yeah,
Edinburgh.
So the capital of Scotland is spelled Edinburgh, and people who are not familiar would say Edinburgh or Edinburgh maybe, but it's actually you say Edinburgh, and you kind of drop that little O in the middle. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. There you go.
All right.
Aaron, by the
Phonetic
way,
lessons.
says what? He's not here for 1 week, and you lose your ability to
I know,
pronounce
man.
anything.
I know. See what happens, man. See what happens.
Is Aaron following?
He's in here. He's catching it from the third world country or something. I heard
Texas.
Yeah.
Texas.
But I want to go into
He's frightened off by
S2.
this. He was frightened off by
Oh
this.
yeah, it is. I would be too, man. I'm still. It's that close.
It's made from real marms.
Yeah. S2 plays on the road against the
Real Monarchs.
Yep, Real Monarchs. And I just found out a little bit the scoop about our boy, our local guy.
So our I guess he would be considered a trialist in preseason for S2. James Moberg, midfielder from UW, just signed with Real Monarchs. So he'll be, and I would assume starting for the Monarchs against us tomorrow.
Interesting. So he went from Vancouver now with
He was
Salt
drafted-
Lake.
Yeah, this year he was drafted by Vancouver. Came down, traveled with us for
Bread
about
and
3
butter
weeks.
has arrived. Sorry.
I think it was about 3 weeks, and then
Okay.
RSL gave him the shout, and he went down and signed with them.
Oh,
so-
very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
The game is tomorrow.
6 o'clock tomorrow, yes. They're
All right,
playing
folks.
down in Utah, obviously, so
Okay.
the game should be streamed online. All USL games are.
As you guys know, check him out tomorrow. I'm excited to see hopefully Schweitzer get some more playing time.
Schweitz, yeah.
Yeah.
See him out there.
Dude. Oh, that's wrong. That's so
For
foul.
everyone's update, I can smell this from like 3 feet.
Yeah, that is
Or
foul.
6 inches away. 1 inch away.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Wow,
Would
Grandma.
anyone like to try some Marmite?
Grandma wants
Grandma
to smell
would
it
like
before
to
she
try
tries it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have some again.
Yeah, I'll
What?
have some.
What?
I'll have some.
Oh,
Peer pressure
No.
for Hugo.
Come on, Hugo.
No, dude, you cannot.
Come
No,
on.
no
Me
way.
and Tom are having some.
We
Come
can
on.
make the FO have.
Try it.
I just got the gas face
I'm gonna
from
put
the
some.
front office right now.
No, you couldn't pay me to try that again, man.
I won't put very much on, but would you like to try it, Carl?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
This is happening, folks.
There you go.
Oh my God, it really is happening. Hold on, let me get this on.
Do you want a beer to wash that down?
Yeah, you have to film this live.
Let's see here. Booyah.
Should I wait or?
No, you can go. I want to see the face expression.
Facial expression.
That's normal.
massive.
You got a fan.
Yes.
You got a fan.
Costco size Marmite to cow's
All right,
house.
Grandma.
You gotta film Grandma.
They have it right next to the Nutella, right?
I have to tell you, it smells like the stuff that they
When's
used
the
to give you
Nutella
as
episode?
a laxative as a kid.
I'll be there.
The name of it.
If you guys can't remember, Grandma, just call it. It's smelling like the laxative people used to get as a kid back in the day.
So the flavor of it reminds me a little bit of you've ever cooked steak on the like a pan fried steak.
Yeah.
If you render the leftovers with butter, put it on toast. That's what it tastes like. Yeah.
Mark,
Mark, man, your turn, man.
live test. This is for Stephanie. You gotta get this on film.
Oh my
By the way,
gosh.
Jerry,
Oh, whoa,
Jerry
Mark,
has
Mark.
already said
Wait.
cider is making him drunk again. It's time for another bet.
And go. Oh my
like-
God, dude! What are you guys
He's a
smoking?
Coog.
You know-
Coog.
Maybe he got a really good batch of it. I don't know.
Okay.
Hugo, try it again.
No way, dude.
He might have got a really good batch. man.
No.
Come on.
Aaron, are you seeing this?
Did you get like faulty Marmite?
Yeah, he got a.
You get the Americanized version?
That's top shelf
I
Marmite.
just paid everybody a lot of money.
It's fresh.
fresh.
No wonder
Marmite, yeah.
I didn't get any of that.
Hugo, do you want to do it?
No, sir. No, I thank you.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'll go round two.
And I think
What?
Al needs to taste it too.
Dude, it's going around. Here it is.
Like the worst thing in the world.
No, it's not that bad.
No.
Marmite.
I don't know what
it could be
your
the new
guys'
advertising. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Shout out.
You know
to
what?
Marty.
Marmite, if you want to sponsor us, I will try it.
Shout
But,
out.
Oh, yeah.
but you have to sponsor us first.
I am sponsoring it.
Oh, shh.
That was one of the conditions.
So,
James,
Oh, my God.
James
I think
spent
you're right.
$8 on that Marmite. You got a
Let
sponsorship.
me get
right
that
now.
over to the. There it is. Oh, my God.
Everybody likes it. Hugo,
I can't
you're
believe
the
you guys
only
aren't.
you're the odd man out now, Hugo.
Oh, dude. No,
is
no,
for
no.
you.
I
No.
already did.
She did it. She liked it.
Tom.
Kyle wants
Something.
more.
It's salty. That's all it
Dude.
is. It's salty.
Hey, Morgan said you should eat the laxative.
Come on, Hugo. This is for you.
Come on, Hugo.
Only a
Just
little
think
bit.
of it
Just
as
feed him.
I
lingua.
cannot believe this is happening again.
It's
Do
salty.
it.
Do it.
Do
It's
it.
just salty
Do
lingua.
it.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
There it is.
Look at his face.
It's just
Dude.
salty. That's
No.
Okay.
If you put it on some like lengua,
No.
You would eat the crap out of it. Yeah, oh yeah. This is the best.
new street taco Marmite. Wait, just for the record,
that guacamole's
Ugo put
not
that
bad,
down with the IPA. Look.
So pretty much everybody
No,
except
That's a good
Hugo
one.
loves
Four
Marmite.
guys, one
One
Marmite.
I do not approve, but oh man, that's just rough.
Well, you had some allies last time because Lee and Erin also hated it.
I can't
But
believe everybody's
Mariana
normal. Like,
liked it,
oh, it's not a
so-
big deal.
The majority of people.
As my wife
like it.
said, I live in a house with kimchi. I can stomach most things.
Kimchi's bomb. What are you talking about? Kimchi's the best.
All right, man.
Yeah,
You don't
cannot
like
compare
kimchi?
kimchi to
Not a huge fan, man.
what?
Not a huge fan.
Oh,
Shout outs to kimchi.
There's a reason why
So
they make
good.
specific refrigerators for kimchi, is to keep it away from.
Well,
all
well,
other
yeah. I mean,
What-
it is
now,
potent.
What goes into kimchi?
things. Rotten vegetables and spice.
It's not rotten vegetables.
That is.
It is.
You put it in the ground, it goes rotten. You
It
pull
is
it out of the ground. you eat it.
cabbage
Rotten cabbage.
and
Cabbage that's past its prime.
past its prime, but it also has a ton of spice and garlic,
Yeah.
and it's just delicious.
Shout outs to marketing.
Yes, yes.
You know-
it is. Shout out to my
It's like if you left sauerkraut out in the sun for a summer and then threw like the jalapenos on it and ate it. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Well, you like jalapeno.
Oh, no question.
So
I like
maybe
that.
that's
They're
why
the
you like
greatest.
kimchi.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like
I mean, anything you
It's
add
a red
spice.
pepper paste kind
Food-
of.
If that
Food
was
is
spicy,
cultural.
I may tolerate it.
That would
Yeah.
actually be amazing.
Yeah, if that was
Product
I
spicy.
extension.
think if you
Get on that.
somehow put this in some
Sriracha Marmite?
sauce or something,
Sriracha Marmite.
you
Let's-
might
let's
like
experiment.
it. It's
Little-
all
You should add
context.
some sriracha to that.
Yeah.
We could
See,
try that.
spicy Marmite.
Let's get some sriracha.
Yeah.
Just mix it up because I don't want the jar.
Yeah, you don't want to draw the whole
No,
jar.
no.
Yeah.
In case it's not good. Yeah, you don't want to run that $7 jar. Of Marmite,
Yeah,
yeah.
$7. $7.
Oh wait, Kyle. I'm sorry. Aaron's being super smug, and that kimchi in the U.S. is terrible, but in South Korea it's amazing.
That could be.
That's unless you
because they
have
actually put it in
Korean
a pot
friends
in
like
the
me.
ground
So
in South Korea. Here, it's usually. I don't think it's usually done.
Are you saying our terroir is
Eating
bad
it.
for kimchi?
that's Stephanie.
Good for wine.
good
bad
With
for
a video
kimchi.
shot of
Absolutely
people eating
terrible
that.
for kimchi, yes. Yes.
It's not very flattering.
Oh my. From this great tasting food to another.
So,
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Not a big fan of kimchi. Absolutely love Korean barbecue.
You can't
are
have one
you?
without the other.
No, yeah.
It's like having
Yeah, you can-
tacos without jalapeno. Well, I guess you could not have jalapenos. I guess.
Aaron made a good comment. Last night we had sushi burritos.
Oh yeah.
That's sushi rito.
What?
Sushi rito.
Sushi burrito. Sushi
It
burrito.
looked good.
So we also had wonton chips with wasamole. It's wasabi and guacamole. Damn good.
That was a real continental mix then.
Let me hold on. Let me big time old Aaron there and tell you.
Let him know.
Wasabi in Japan is on a totally different level than
Not
what we have here.
at all.
Stronger.
Not at all. It will light you up because
Oh my God.
here and it's way more concentrated. It's actual
That's the
real wasabi.
green.
Oh,
Like-
snap.
I got the greatest story
Yeah.
for you guys about that.
Hot.
I went to an all-you-can-eat buffet once, and it was like the first time I seen sushi there, and they had guacamole next to the sushi, and I loaded up on that sushi,
Thinking it was guacamole.
thinking it was guacamole.
It wasn't
And it was
guacamole.
not guacamole, man. That was the first time I've ever had fire come out my nose. It was intense.
It's just a rip.
Yeah. Oh,
What's-
dude.
What's more fire, that or Aaron saying that Korean barbecue is probably better than Kansas City barbecue?
Whoa!
Yes. That
No, really? I've never had
Aaron-
Kansas City barbecue,
Aaron's-
but I've heard it's legendary.
Aaron's dropping truth bombs on YouTube, man.
I don't know. We might
Wait,
have to
so
go
you
to
don't like
Kansas City.
kimchi or Kansas City barbecue?
See, I like banchan, most of it.
What's banchan?
Banchan's the little dishes they give you when you eat a meal,
Including kimchi.
except for the kimchi. I will eat pretty much all the banchan except for kimchi.
So you pick around the kimchi?
pretty much.
Okay.
I just give it to the kids and the wife because they love it, so it works out great. Right?
So they're normal.
Pretty much. Funny story too, just on topic a little bit.
Yeah.
The Girl Scout cookies, I'm the only one in the family like Samoas, I guess.
That's because you have class, you're intelligent.
I tried to
You know what you're doing when it comes
tried
to,
to give it
to
to
the
my
cookies.
son, and he goes, "Dad, those cookies just aren't good."
What the?
And he's 4. So he
Well,
went over to his mom and got thin.
you still have a chance. Oh, my God. Look at that.
Heart-
Oh, yeah.
People are getting
Heartbroken.
Yeah, that face is not. No. But yes,
Broken.
let your son know. You know, he
Yeah.
needs to act up.
But she freezes the Thin Mints, so it's an unfair advantage because those Thin Mints frozen are pretty good. Have you done the freezer trick with the Thin Mint?
I've not done any freezer.
Yes. It's amazing.
Oh man, it's good. Yeah, really, really good.
Hey, Mark.
So right now we're gonna go to something that's a lot sweeter, a lot more pleasant, something that we really enjoy, and it's a big shout out to one of our Patreon supporters. So, folks, check out this video we have to highlight the one and only Constellation and Company. Much thanks for the support on Patreon and just for being a great member of the community, fans of the show, and friends. So, on that note, check them out. May 2nd, save the date. This Sonarfeed Patreon supporter shout out goes out to Constellation and Company. They are a letterpress stationery company and gift shop in the Seattle Fisherman's Terminal. They make some of the most unique handmade products here in the Pacific Northwest. And this Monday, May 2nd, they will be having their huge annual sale. So make sure you check them out. They have some amazing books, some great cards, gifts, and their one-of-a-kind patch cards. So don't forget, Monday, May 2nd, their annual sale. They're located at the Fisherman Terminal. So check them out. Support our community. Support our friends. Thanks again for all the support you have for Sonarfeed. And we're back, folks. So you just heard. Make sure you save the date. Monday, May 2nd, they're having their annual sale down at Constellation and Company. So Monday from 11 to 4 p.m. Go down there, check them out. Amazing stuff. And thank you. Just wanted to get that out there. Hope you guys enjoyed that really personal shout out from us to our friends at Constellation and Company. So yeah, that was cool,
Good
man.
job.
Thanks, man.
Where did you record that?
I did it all on my own and on my magic iPhone.
Your studio.
In my studio. Let me take that back. I did it on my
Hugo Studio.
Yeah, in Studio Enterprises.
Very good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously, though, I really want to say thanks to them, and they have good stuff. So definitely want to go check them out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Support
Morgan
those who
wanted to know
support
if that
us.
was Drake's voice on that video.
That was Drake's. Let's go.
Yeah.
Shut up. No, but definitely wanted to get that out there.
Co, they're
Yeah.
also one of the sponsors of No Saudietas.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
They make coasters.
They do make amazing
Excellent
coasters
coasters.
that I'm glad they're not flying around today. Oh, man.
Poor Mark.
No, seriously. But on to other news, something that was somewhat big news today. To me, I'm used to it because I'm a Seahawks fan already. But a change in upcoming bag policy. I know I saw a lot of posts towards the end of the day. Me, personally, I'm used to it because I go to Seahawks games, so it's not going to be a big change.
Right.
But I don't have kids. I don't have, so I know it's going to be a tough transition. I think a couple years from now, maybe it's not going to be as hard. But I know that you can look and expect some barra bags that are going to be they're going to meet that requirements of that policy. By the way, guys,
That was the word for clear right there.
clear. Yes, clear.
So, explain the new policy.
I'm going to hand that off to Mark. Mark, our producer. Mark, tell us more about the details of the new policy and what that entails.
Or tell people where they can find out information. Probably better.
Well, you actually could go to the website. The team website has the information or
Mark
details.
knows nothing.
Yeah, you don't know anything about that? How do you not know?
So short and sweet,
Yeah.
on Saturday for the 1 p.m. kick.
Yes.
Mike Facito, if you're not in the section, I'm going to be really disappointed in you, by the way. Anyway, for Saturday, you have to have a 14-inch by 14-inch by 6-inch bag
14-inch by 14-inch
by 6.
by 6.
So it used to be 12 by 12 by 12.
Okay.
Is that a bag that will make it in? Good. All right,
So, guys,
let's show that.
Booyah.
That's about as big as it gets. No. 14 by 14 by 6.
There it is.
That's what she said, says Mark.
says Mark.
That's what Mark actually knows. Right there.
So I thought that didn't happen until next year, though.
Nope. This week,
This week.
and then next season. Well, I'm sorry. We're going to be getting metal detectors around the same time
Next.
the NFL season opens. We think
Oh, so it's September.
ish.
Yeah.
And then next year we'll need clear bags, which again MLB does in a lot of stadiums, and NFL does almost everywhere.
Right. Yes, I do.
So
I can
not
attest
totally
to that.
surprising. But yeah, 14 by 14 by 6. The league put something out the other day that said no backpacks, but we were told by Sounders that if it's a bag that meets the size requirement, it will get in the stadium.
Okay. There you go, folks.
So when 40,000 of us are outside the stadium this weekend,
Wear-
don't blame me.
Everyone wear cargo pants.
Yeah, cargo pants
Cargo
for
pants.
everyone. The
Cargo
league
pants.
actually bought stock in cargo pants. We were discussing that today, that we think they may actually have some sort of cargo pants deal.
Makes
So
sense.
in the pro shop next weekend, if you see
All
supporter,
sound- yeah, cargo
supporter
pants.
cargo
Derek.
pants.
Derek Bell's gonna
Oh,
be the
Derek
first
was all
line.
over that.
All over
A
that.
lot of women will suddenly be pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's right. I think diaper bags are an exception.
Or men will
to
have
that.
sudden beer guts.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
No one sneaks anything to the stadium. I don't know what you're talking about.
no. And
Security is
I don't know.
airtight. So what is the experience like at the football games?
Well, it was the first year. It was a little bit hard at first because you didn't know. So what happened is a lot of people didn't remember because remember, keep in mind tailgating is a big thing in American football. So there's a lot of drunk people going into the stadium and they don't remember.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. Explain that.
Yeah, there's like times 10 amount of people and drunkenness going into Seahawks games as there are into Sounder games, and they just didn't remember. So tons of people did not remember, and they have to just go back and leave all their crap. I think they gave us a bag in one of the seasons.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago they gave us a bag, and I just kept that bag. I mean, they gave them away as you entered one of those giveaways, and I kept it and I used it. And once you got used to it, it's no big deal.
Not that big.
Yeah, and I bring more stuff to the Seahawks games than I do for Sounders. I bring my 12-man flag. I bring in, because it's winter, so it's colder, so I bring those heat hand warmers.
What about that portable flask? I mean, plastic water container
Exactly.
that the Sounders
yeah,
gave out a few years ago.
All I'm going to say is that I'm going to invest in those shorts and pants that you mentioned earlier.
Cargo shorts for Ugo.
Cargo shorts, yes, probably already have some.
What was the rule about transparency of the bags?
For right now, it's fine, but for next season, it's going to be clear bags.
You
And I
have to
think
have
it's
it
a
next
CenturyLink thing.
Right. And
Because
I think
the
they want to.
NFL clubs tend
Right.
to do that.
Right.
Right.
But I did see some people that I think they're not used to NFL. They're not going to NFL. Not enjoying having no option being told that
Right.
you have to do this. That was the main
The
thing.
overlap is not quite as big.
No,
Yeah.
it's really small. They're really small. That's my take on it. But let's go into comments.
About Jerry's cargo shorts.
Of course.
That was like the least good interruption you've ever made.
Guys, stop. Look at Jerry's comment. Cargo shorts are awesome. All right. Thanks, Mark.
So anyway,
They gave us plastic flasks.
what else do you want to talk
on the
about,
bottles.
Ugo?
Well, actually, I want to go into this coming match. Columbus should be 3 points. No, I thought they were doing worse than us.
Kai Kamara's.
9 goals from Kamara
Yeah, I
or
don't
shutout.
know.
I say we just take
It's gonna
him
be
out and
either
we're
or,
good.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call sometimes with them. So.
And I have to say, like, after coming out of this last match, if I'm Stephen Fry, I'm super frustrated. And the challenge is,
Yeah.
like, guy lets up 3 goals, stuffs somebody on a penalty, and it's not on him. It's not like Mignolet, who is, by the way, not doing Liverpool any favors right now. He could put up an amazing game week over week and still let up a couple goals, which has got to be just super frustrating. Because he's looked so
dude,
good.
yeah.
And I don't think maybe there's a goal or two this season, but again, what is there? 3 penalties against Sounders this year that have gone in. So it's not like he's letting up 2 goals a game.
Right,
on
right.
him, I don't think you know what you're going to get. Although it sounds like Valdez and Dempsey will be back.
Thank God.
So
What were their injuries? They were kind of last minute scratches, or seemed to be.
Oh man, was it tightness in his hip or hamstring or yeah? And Valdez, I don't remember what Valdez.
I don't even know if we found out. Yeah.
So
That hanging over? Yeah.
when is the deadline for picking up somebody? The DP deadline?
May something,
Yeah,
right?
May, mid-May, late May?
I think it's mid-May. Yeah,
Mid-May?
I can't remember the exact
Okay,
date. But
14.
yeah.
So basically, we have 2 weeks. So within the next 2 weeks, we'll likely, knock on wood, please, baby Jesus.
Now, do you think
grab
that
somebody.
do you think that these signings are going to make the difference? That we're going to turn it all around because of signings?
Yes, I think not immediately, like night and day from one day to the other, but it'll definitely, and then it'll come in effect to what happened this last Saturday, where we won't have 2 without DPs. Hopefully we'll have someone that's that type of class and quality that can carry the team and help the young guys that are getting minutes, like Morris, like Olex Anderson, continue to get minutes, but at the same time, there's no drop off. I think having DP quality players will help us 6 weeks from now.
Well,
you know?
everybody saw what Oba could do.
Yeah, it all depends on who they grab.
And I think
You
if
had
we can
somebody
find-
of his quality.
Right.
It's a difference maker.
That's the difference. Is if we can get another person who can create and draw the attention that Oba did, it'll help everyone else perform better as well. So.
It's a silver lining, It sucks that we're not winning these tough games because they're tough losses. They're not like we're getting whooped. You know what I mean?
This might have been the first game that, like,
We got whooped.
we were bad.
Oh, really? Worse than the
Like, we
Houston
deserved
one.
to lose.
The
Like,
Houston
lost
first
games
half
either on,
was
like, decisions, which frankly the league or the officials,
Right.
organization has agreed with. We got beat.
Oh man.
I think.
No, I agree. Yeah, I think it was the first game where it was just they showed a little bit of swinging momentum with that Morris goal, like I said, but outside of that,
they got outplayed.
It didn't. Yeah, they didn't look.
They didn't deserve to win. I hate to say it like that, but some of that says it like that. We look at it that way. And
Squeaked out of time.
yeah.
Okay.
At 2-1, it looked like they might have been able to find an equalizer, but it just the game as a whole, they didn't look as good as they had in previous games.
Okay.
So.
And then
Which wasn't saying too much.
well, and then thinking about it like that, though. Thinking about it like that, the part that you got to appreciate though is the opportunity that young guys are getting.
No, absolutely.
You
And
know,
that's the thing. If you're going to
for
focus
sure.
on the youth, you have to go through things like this
These
where they get
growing
time,
pains.
Well-
they grow. Yeah.
And that's honestly like, I don't know, I think a question we should all probably start asking in the next couple weeks. You're going to have a year at some point where you're going to be bad.
Well, we're having that here right now.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Our summer was worse than this opening of the season.
Oh yeah, totally.
Last year. We
Totally.
were losing 1-0 on goals in the 89th
Yeah.
last year, or extra, at a time. So,
How about summer of last year and beginning of this year combined? It is our
rough,
year.
worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I think we're in the midst of that right now.
Yeah,
But,
it's-
you get 15 games into the season and we're rolling like this, 15 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's tough to stay on top in a league that's built on parity. It's a constant churn, and it's difficult to stay within the salary cap and keep a team that actively is challenging
Of course.
for that
Yeah.
supporter shield and going after the cup year after year. So
I don't know. That's why I think they're. Yes, hopefully they'll land somebody in the next 2 weeks. We've all seen all the travel rumors, everything that's going around, and hopefully they keep playing the young guys because I like it. I know you like it.
Yeah.
I like seeing Darwin Jones at the beginning of the year get so many minutes.
Yeah.
Olex Anderson.
Olex, yeah, it's been great to see Olex.
Yeah.
He makes a few young
Excitement.
mistakes
Yep.
and stuff. But
But
it's-
kind of like Yedlin,
yeah, exactly.
like way back when. Fun to watch
Got it.
that
Yep.
guy burst up the field, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, you got to work through that. You got to be.
Do
able
you
to see that.
sense the excitement when you're up in the booth when Olex Anderson,
With Olex?
like
Yeah,
we do? Like I know, I was like, man,
definitely. I think he's one of my personal favorite players at the moment.
Fun to watch. Yeah.
He's making some opportunities for the club, and I think the people around me also realize this is a good player with potential, but he's still in that rookie phase at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually last game when he started, I think it was, I pumped his name up a bit on the starting 11.
Nice.
I don't know if you noticed, but that was because it was his first time as a starting 11, and I wanted to give him a little crowd pump there.
yeah,
But yeah, I think he's really cool. He's also got a good name to say.
yeah, it does.
Rhymes with Rolex.
Yeah, that's how I got it. That's how I got it.
That,
Remember
is
the
Is that on your
pronunciation.
sheet?
Fun,
On my phonetic
fun
cheat sheet.
little
Yeah.
rumor thing that happened today. Alexis, Freddie's wife, said that she was back in Seattle.
Back in Seattle, yeah.
What?
And has
Ooh.
Sounders season tickets.
Freddie Watch.
What? Freddie comeback?
So is he currently in China?
Freddie comeback?
Yeah, he's currently in China.
Maybe he'll bring Oba back as well.
How's he doing in China? Anybody know?
I heard Oba wasn't doing very good. Freddie, I think,
Not
is doing pretty well.
starting.
Yeah.
It's not that Ova's not good.
He's not playing.
They,
I mean, if you have can I say fuck on the show?
Yeah, dude,
Fuck
we're not
you
FCC.
money, then you pay Oba to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well,
They do. Yeah,
it's kind of amazing because they doubled his salary and
they
he's
haven't
not
sit
playing.
down.
Yeah.
And I don't know,
They pretty much
you guys
screwed
have
us.
all seen that guy. He does not strike me as a player that's happy, chilling for 70 minutes.
No.
No.
No, he wants to play. I'm
But
sure
then
he wants to
again-
play.
He's getting paid regardless. So he's like,
Yeah, I think
Oh.
his contract that he signed was a 9-month.
oh my.
Is there any way of watching those games?
I haven't found. I
No.
haven't found it yet. Yeah, I don't know.
They're on.
Hopefully that's-
not on NBC Sports.
No.
That might be, but it's a league that they're trying to make a.
Watchable.
Well, they're trying to make it a
Wasn't that part of the-
world-class league? And,
Yeah.
so I imagine something like that might be coming down the way.
Yeah.
Isn't that part of the money, though, is about getting them TV and whatnot, exposure?
Yeah, right.
So, because if
the
I've
biggest
seen...
way to do that is to have
have big players. Because
Right.
however you've seen certain things happen, in China specifically, whether we're talking about, wine you know, or just other things. Like
Yeah.
they've poured money into things in order to turn like the culture global. If they wanted to turn that on tomorrow, they could absolutely afford to do it.
Absolutely.
You know, and frankly, considering the star power that's there, and that they may end up with like a Wayne Rooney, you know, or something like that. Like if 10% of the rumors are true of players that are going to end up in China, that's going to be on TV.
What sort of crowds are they getting to the games?
Nobody really knows.
No,
Like, is
probably.
there a fan base?
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Oh,
a
I'm
fan
sure
base.
there
Yeah.
is to a degree, but you know.
There was a rumor that Ronaldinho might go play over there as well.
It seems almost like a manufactured
Yeah.
league. Yeah, I mean, you could say that in a sense about every league, but throwing money at it and like trying to create something that perhaps isn't really there at the moment. But like you said,
I think we might have even said that about
building for the
MLS
future,
like
maybe.
10, 15 years ago.
Right.
But
People still say that about him.
But that is
Yeah.
the same play as, you know, 90s MLS.
pretty much.
Like get players that people recognize, and you know, as much as we can all diss, it worked.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
wonder, I wonder
Yeah.
how you know that's easier to do in North America because, frankly, we all watch Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, whatever.
So Liga
we're-
MX, sir. Liga
and
MX
La
too.
Liga Mexico.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
there you go.
What's that
Liga
Liga MX?
MX. So we're somewhat familiar with those players. I wonder how many Chinese fans are sitting at home watching those leagues and already have that familiarity with. They probably know Wayne Rooney because he's like world name. But for us, when those players come here, we already have some affinity with them and understanding.
I think they do because soccer's pretty popular
I think they
worldwide.
do.
It is.
Yeah,
I know nothing. I don't know anything about
right.
this Chinese setup.
Now, say what you want about the in-stadium experience and like from a supporter level,
Right.
From a marketing standpoint,
Yeah.
and just to expose the world to the
Monstrous.
game, they've
Yeah.
done a great job at
Yeah.
that. So, like, if I can pay $8 a month to listen to TuneIn and have every EPL match, you can
That's a
get the
deal.
game in China.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, true.
Pretty
I
sure.
imagine, yeah, absolutely.
no question. They got their
Yeah.
hookups for sure. So speaking about watching games,
Yeah.
S2 Sunday, come on down. Sunday, May 1st. I'll see you guys there. You'll hear me there. I will see you and you'll hear me. So come on down. I'll be there. So come down.
Yeah.
Check us out.
Who are you
Are you guys
playing?
Top of my head, do you know? Do you remember who we're playing?
I believe it's Tulsa. Let me
Tulsa?
double check.
Tulsa
You could probably look
Roughnecks.
that on the
Is it the Tulsa
internet.
Roughnecks?
Actually, I'll tell you that right now.
There you go. Check out the schedule.
OKC. Oh,
City Energy.
We love Oklahoma.
we love
City.
to beat those guys. No, man, all I can think of is how they. Oh man, these pretty much.
Let's not talk
come on
about
down.
that.
That's
Come on down.
That's the current home of Michael Harris, former UW, the famous for the flip throw.
Oh really?
Oklahoma. Yeah.
Now he was
Is on the energy?
fun to watch. I watched the stream of that when he was doing the throw-ins.
Yeah, he's a fun one to watch. He's good on the field, but that flip throw was pretty amazing.
Yeah, he was known for.
I
it.
wonder
That
whether that
thing.
was legal, but apparently it's totally legal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long as you've got 2 feet on the ground when you're
Go
throwing the
over
ball.
line, yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty amazing to see a throw in from 30 yards out become a header opportunity on
Yeah.
the goal. It's pretty cool.
You guys
That's
not
cool.
going Saturday? First thing-
I'll be there.
I know you're going.
Yeah. Hopefully. My bus is sitting over there.
But if you can't make it, I'm happy to help you out.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I'm just saying.
My,
I always got your back.
My eternal substitute, right?
I always got your back.
Ugo in centering link. Let's go.
Oh my God! I would just. That's it. That's it. Bucket list. It's over.
Roll the R of every name.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Great, yeah.
That'd be awesome. Oh my God. Questions? Anybody see any other questions here in the chat room? Are we talking about basketball right now, Morgan? Ignore it.
Never read the
Ignore it.
comments.
Are they saying nasty
No,
things about
Don't
you,
read the
Mark?
comments.
No.
What are
Bazinga.
they saying?
No. Anybody here? Doug. Questions, bud? Grandma.
Profound questions?
I just getting back to the bag thing. I just wonder how many families are going to be affected by it, because there's a lot more kids come to Sounders games than go to Seahawk games.
It's a good point. Yeah, that's a fair comment. That there's more families,
Like little children, like
little
babies and stuff.
children.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why they're starting out now, saying, "Hey, get ready for next year," getting the information out there.
No,
No,
it's because MLS said
get it out.
this weekend you're changing the bag policy. I'm sorry to be a jerk about it, but
no,
that's what happened.
That's good to know, and it
Yeah.
makes sense. That
It's not cool. You can agree or not with the security protocols, but changing stuff at the beginning of the season and then doing it mid-season and like forcing that on 20 parks, not cool.
stuff.
I mean, there's a lot. Think about how many people work at the stadium that deal with bags or security or whatever. Multiply that by 20. Like, that's a lot of work. It doesn't make sense. And like, while I can see getting ahead of the places that like New England or us in Seattle or
Right.
whatever, where we're dealing with NFL rules or the stadium rules, I get that. But now we're actually going to have 2 changes in the middle of our season this year in Seattle and New England and a couple of other places. So it doesn't make it out. Although New England, I think, already had the clear bags
Did they?
rolling, but it's just frustrating. It just adds more work, and then frankly, whether you agree with things or not doesn't matter, because it just makes the club, or the stadium or whomever look bad, and it doesn't have to be that way, and that's how it's working out.
I think it's gonna definitely add to the.
It's gonna add
pressure.
time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna add time, pressure, and
So get there early, folks.
get there early.
Get there early.
Get there early. That
Airplane rules are in effect. Get there early.
It's actually easier
delays.
to go through airport security than to go into
Should we hire TSA?
CenturyLink. No. Have you been to SeaTac recently?
I try not to. As a general rule, I try to avoid CDAC.
So I have an unrelated question.
yeah.
Interviewing you. Tell us about the behind the scenes as an S2 announcer. Tell us about how do you prepare for your day? What are the things that you go through? And then the actual experience as an announcer, what are the things that you have to do? Just like kind of behind the scenes
Right.
for anybody who's listening, who's not familiar with your role and what you do.
Well, a couple days before the match, I'll look at what I can find online on the opposing team.
Uh-huh.
So if they're an affiliated MLS team, there's usually a bit I can find on the SB Nation blogs and try to find information on lineups, things like that.
Yeah.
And then the day of the match, I'll look at the roster, look at the team's lineup, and look at the roster to see if there's any names that I got to make sure I try to find pronunciations.
Yeah.
So a lot of times,
Now, I'm fortunate for MLS. They actually provide phonetic pronunciation
Right.
kind of cheat sheets. Do they do that for you guys, for
they-
USL?
not every team comes in, and they'll some teams do, not all the teams
Yeah.
provide them.
Yeah.
But the team's pretty good about having a list of players there for me to review. It just the pronunciation of them, they don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the other team's going to
Yeah,
know
yeah.
how to best pronounce.
Wait, doesn't James write you out a phonetic sheet?
Oh, that would be great, man. I would appreciate that.
I wouldn't know. But I could try.
Then that morning of get ready for the game. Like you, I get a little bit of nervousness
Yeah.
every time.
Yep.
That's where the tequila helps.
Yeah, I wish. No, you just get nervous. I don't want to. Nobody wants to mess up, and
And you have a script.
yes,
Right? Like
yes, very much so. So there is a script of opening, welcome, lineups. Excuse me. So you do the pregame show, the presentation, and there is a time of when everything starts to go.
Yeah.
And then you get to the point where you do the lineups and you announce the lineups, and that kind of gets you energy going, and go from there, and then builds up to the kick.
What's your favorite part of your job?
Oh, no question. It's the goal calls, man.
Yeah, the goal
Oh
calls.
my God, doing the goal calls is the best feeling. But it's the best because the energy of everybody, like Tom's out there going nuts, you're out there going nuts, and everybody just getting.
I'm actually drinking white wine, sitting in the back of the section.
Feet up.
But you can get white wine. That's
Bourgeois hooligans.
So
I know, right?
what
I think bourgeois
when you
hooligans
do
sounds
the
great.
at the beginning of the game, when you do that in Spanish, is that part of the script, or you just translate basically?
And that's
into
amazing,
Oh, you
by
do
the way.
Spanish
that
read
is
too?
yeah. I would do Spanish read. So the team does the Spanish script, and the team is really good about Lauren. Shout out to Lauren. She has them already preset for me. So a lot of the Spanish ones are the same, similar ones.
Right.
So it's preset, and we have them ready to go on there. Depending on the opponent, I'll add certain descriptions
Right.
to the team or to who it is to just make it a little more interesting, more exciting. So it depends on your opponent. Sometimes you go into you're battling today, or we're going into war against. It's just a way to let people know we're getting hyped up.
Right.
It's ready to go down.
I'm jealous of your ability to speak in 2 languages.
Well, I'm jealous
Because
of your accent.
But seriously, being able to speak Spanish in football is huge,
Yeah.
especially in North America.
Dude, I appreciate it. I really like that.
When those Mexican teams come in,
Yeah.
then it's when I'm on the phone to Hugo asking, how do you say
man.
this?
anytime. I'm happy to help. But it's cool, man. I love seeing. And this last game, there was a couple of teams that got packages. They were Latino teams, so it's really cool to be able to let them know and hear their parents. And I see parents kind of look back to oh, they're saying something in Spanish. Like what?
That's
and
nice.
It's cool. So my dad actually might go this Sunday.
We loved you I don't know, it was a sub in or something late in the game, and you were like, "Oh, my bad." That was great though. You just rolled with it. It was actually super fun.
Plug your ears here.
It was great. I have a question.
Yeah.
Just on that note, have you ever read something in a stadium in Scouser?
Made a mistake.
In Scouser.
Put on an accent? No. Actually, people have joked with me. It's can you do the lineup in the Geordie accent or a Liverpool accent? I was like, nope. I'm just going to do it as James and straight script. Yeah.
We were told an
Don't
hour
deviate.
ago that you had to do the rest of the show in your announcer voice.
Do it. Answer every comment.
What did I say? Yeah, I have to preserve that voice.
Oh, there it is. I love it.
I can make a front office joke here, but I'm not going to.
I definitely put on an announcer voice. Last time I was on the show, I explained it's a little bit like acting. When you go on the stage, you get in character. And for me, when I'm at the stadium as an announcer, you definitely change the way you speak.
Right.
You go down a few octaves or an octave, and
Now,
you give that Sounders deep voice.
do you think that's more because of the size of the crowd, of the stadium, or it's just more?
No,
for the
I mean,
presentation of it?
I can drop down my voice a little bit, and what helps in CenturyLink is the stadium audio is fantastic. I remember back in 2009, I did one game for the Sounders when the then announcer had a day off, and I came in, but before that they got me to do a little audition. The stadium was completely empty when I did this audition, but just speaking into the microphone in that stadium is phenomenal. It can change an average voice to sounding voice of God.
I remember when I was there for the solos.
Really fun,
it was amazing, dude. It was like.
So I'm definitely boosted by the acoustics and the microphone and the sound quality that's in the CenturyLink stadium.
Starfire.
No, and I have fun there, man. But I also agree with what you said about you certainly not necessarily have a game. Game time voice, but you do for me something that I got feedback from you and other folks. It's more about, for me, it's coming across as I'm making the reads, as I'm having a conversation with a friend, telling him, "Hey, go there."
You don't have to shout.
Yeah, exactly.
You've heard on the radio, you'll hear Dave Smith Motors, Kellogg, Idaho. Right. That is not what you want at a stadium.
Sunday.
That's not, especially in the soccer, that is not the voice you want. You want to speak conversationally almost. If you're just doing the reads for the commercials, but in an interesting way, so you raise and lower the tone of your voice, and if you literally smile, you'll also sound happy.
Yeah.
So that's also a good tip.
Through, right.
It does, man, and it makes a big difference.
If you look miserable, you'll come across miserable, So those are some tips that I try to follow.
Yeah. That's a good question. Feedback on that.
And
that was
then
cool.
Obviously, the lineup and the goal calls. Over time, you develop a particular way of doing that.
So what was your hardest name to pronounce ever?
There used to be a Sounders player, Peter Vajanis. who I did not envy saying his name at all, and he
you allowed
left
to
and
say that live?
I think he went to Vancouver or somewhere, some other team.
I think he coaches now too.
Vallanos or something. But
Yeah.
you look at the spelling and you think, I don't want to say that.
Could go back.
But
yeah.
fortunately, phonetically, it was a lot different from what it looked like. So.
Nice.
Actually, the hardest names are not the Spanish sounds or Spanish names because they follow pretty much rules.
Right.
You know, like the double L sounds like a Y.
Y.
But the worst names or the hardest names sometimes are these Eastern
Eastern
European
European?
names.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
Because you never know, is it going to be Stefic or
Ibrahimovic
Stefic or something
or-
like
It's
that.
like 37 letters,
Dude,
and, then it's
yeah.
like,
So-
and then it's like 2 syllables.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You're like, what?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Or, you know, God forbid, if I
Struggle
ever had
is
to
real.
pronounce the owner of Leicester City, who's a Thai businessman, from Thailand. He goes by Viche, I think is just his first name, because his last name is, I cannot pronounce that. I wouldn't know how to start. In fact, I was listening to Arlo, actually, calling a Leicester City game, and he said the guy's name correctly. And then whoever was his color commentator said at the time, "You've been practicing that all week." And he said, "Yeah, I've been practicing that in front of the mirror for days in a row."
Yeah, we just wait. We got our foothold in Hawaii with the academy. Eventually,
Oh,
you'll get some
okay.
Hawaiian
Yeah, I
names
might
out
get some
here, too,
Hawaiian
so,
names.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Those are always fun too.
All right, guys. Well, we're getting to almost 9 o'clock. 8:45. Any shout outs, comments, feedback? Producer Mark, Tom.
I've
Maybe.
just realized that I am the last. Well, no, James still got his hat on.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Last hat
Just saying,
stand.
You guys
yeah,
having a
last
hat off?
Dude,
right
I had
now?
to, man.
Hat off.
Oh, look at Mark. Mark's with you.
Mark's got his hat on,
Yeah.
Man, with the lights.
and Grandma's got a Bobby hat on.
Yeah. It's here, though. You guys saw it. I was rocking it. Rocking it.
You're
most
probably
of
getting
the
a bit.
We
hot
were
now.
told
It
that
was
you
really
looked like
hot.
Mussolini once you took your hat off.
First, I have to find out who Mussolini. I've heard Charles Barkley before, but not Mussolini.
I
You
can
don't
see
wanna
the
be
Charles
compared to
Barkley.
the dictator of
Yeah,
Italy.
no,
Exactly.
not bad.
It's
No,
not.
not
I'll
a
take
good
Barkley.
comparison.
Go with the Barkley.
Yeah, I'll stick
Yeah.
with Barkley. Oh,
Okay. Question
that's a good
coming
one.
in from Todd is Herc a starter or a better super? Come on, Mark.
Super sub.
You're rolling on me while I'm trying to read it. Is he his super sub? So, Hugo, do you think Herc is a starter or a super sub?
I think he is a Chad Barrett replacement.
Which would be
Super
awesome,
sub.
So super sub.
Super sub.
especially if we beat Kansas City.
Yes.
In the 90s.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Yeah. I
that was
think,
mine. Yours?
Yeah, I mean, if Dempsey and Valdez are playing, you could see him more logically as a substitute,
Yeah, I think.
but a good substitute.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great super sub, and hopefully he is able to stay in that role for the year. Because if he's not super sub, that means we probably have injuries and he's forced to be a starter.
Right.
So
So I agree with that. James, who's your favorite Sounders name to call out?
Current or any time?
Both, one of each.
Okay, I used to love saying Mauro Rosales.
Do you
I
want
used
to
to
say it right
roll
now?
it. Mauro Rosales. I'm not sure I was supposed to pronounce the R's quite like that, but anyway, it sounded fun.
That's close.
Yeah.
Well, I got to give a shout out to Super Sub, since he's just arrived on the scene. Hercules Gomez,
Damn, that's so
that's awesome.
so
That's a fun name
awesome,
to say.
man. Yeah.
or any sounder who scores.
Nice. So for me, current. I'm gonna stick with S2. Current is Andy Craven. So yeah, for sure, Andy. I've gotten a chance to sneak in a Andy. I've got 99 problems, but scoring goals ain't one. Craven. And then former S2 player was Captain Crunch.
Oh yeah.
That was my
Duncan.
favorite. Yeah, Duncan.
Yeah.
Duncan. That was my favorite former.
Now didn't he play for Tacoma Stars?
He did, and now he's down with you, Arizona United, I believe. So he's down at Arizona
Cool.
United doing his thing, man.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah. Well, any other feedback? Any shout outs you want us to? Any Facebook pages you want us to check out or?
Well, Go online.
Oh my gosh.
Check out Marmite.
Find
Support
your local
Marmite.
Actually,
supplier.
what was interesting tonight,
Marmite
in the
supplier.
taste test, pretty much everybody was either neutral or liked it, and the only person who didn't like it
Check
was
the street value.
I'm
you
not.
go.
Listen, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm, you are my mentor and everything, and I should, like, oh yeah, it's great. No, I'm not gonna fake the funk on the nasty dunk.
I understand it. Actually, you can go online. You can Google Americans' first taste of Marmite, and there's like lots of videos
Oh my
of
God.
people like
That's
Reaction
happening.
videos.
the
That's
reaction
happening.
videos.
I'm gonna check
and
them out,
it's
man.
Not a pleasant experience for many. I actually don't know how this even cropped up in conversation, but somehow a year ago,
Yeah.
Marmite came up.
Yeah.
Probably because I posted that I love
People like stereotypes in America.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I like my cup of tea
Cool.
with my Marmite on toast for breakfast.
All right,
I roll.
Tom.
I will bring Marmite to Fuel on Saturday morning for anyone who wants to come.
You
Drop
heard it here first.
$5 and get a lid.
Boom! Get those hats.
Hat week. What?
One of 96, only for only $5.
$5.
That's it. I'm gonna get one, even though you guys aren't fitted. They are snapbacks.
Why aren't you a
kids are
kid?
doing it?
You're not one of the kids these days.
No, man, those hurt when when you're big headed. It leaves a mark. Man.
Big headed.
I'm a big head.
What
I have
size?
8 fitted.
Like
I've
eight
got- I've got a
on the
big one
nose.
too.
8 on the nose.
You and Rob Scott should have a hat
You-
battle.
Yeah, and Kyle would be right in the mix too.
Me too.
8?
See?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to request to our boys at the Pro Shop MLS fitted hats, size 8.
Bigger
please.
hats for us
Yeah,
bigger
please.
This is actually
Yeah.
a cat hat. It's just stretched out so much.
It's actually a real raccoon.
The flex
You
doesn't
skinned
do
a
it.
raccoon outside
funny.
for
The
The
Berliner.
flex doesn't do it. The flex is too
Yeah.
tight.
Bigger hats.
One
Yeah.
size fits
Yeah.
most, not
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So real quick, my wife had a question.
Yeah.
James, where is the best place to get clotted cream?
What?
Well, a particular place that I go to
Just
is
have him
called the
explain it after.
British Pantry in downtown Redmond, and they sell a lot of British
What is that?
themed food. The British Pantry.
Wait.
It's actually, if you
No,
ever
but what is
Where
it,
is
Chef?
Redmond?
Oh, what is it?
Clotted cream.
Clotted cream. It's just very, very thick cream. You think of like double cream, but
Yeah.
like really dense
Thicker.
cream.
Oh, okay.
And you put it on scones
Oh,
with jam, and
What's-
you have it with a cup of tea.
Can you explain this
John.
Redmond?
John.
It is on the east side, Mr. Bourgeois.
How do you get there?
I'm sure you've been there
Is
several
there a
times.
boat? Is there a boat or something that takes you to the east side?
What did he say?
Is there a boat that takes you to the east side?
You can take the water taxi across the Lake Washington and find your chauffeur on
lock.
the other side, and he will
The
drive you
Washington
from
lock.
downtown Kirkland to Redmond.
And make sure you have your boat in.
Mark X,
Yes,
everybody.
Mark's parents' boat will take you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love it, man.
Shout outs to JT.
Most seriously, British Pantry in Redmond, next door to the Three Lions Pub in Redmond. It's actually the same ownership, next door to a restaurant also owned by them, where you can get all your British tastes satisfied.
One-stop
basically,
shop.
one-stop shop.
Okay.
Exactly.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, any other question, folks? You know?
Are we going to
We're
ask
good. Oh!
James the questions?
Oh my god. Well, we already have, but
could ask
maybe there
him
might be some
updated
updated questions. Actually, yes. You're right.
Oh, the
Yeah.
taco.
Let's go. No, we're gonna start with
They're new questions.
New questions.
New question. Oh, really?
So, Tom, start it off, man. Brought it up. I love it.
What's
Whoa.
your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Oh, that's an old question. But
Trefoils.
Thin Mints, probably. I like Thin Mints.
Do you dip them in tea like someone?
Yes, definitely.
Do you really?
Dip? Yeah, you can dip. You can dip any
Do you?
Chocolate
biscuit, as we call them in England,
Biscuits?
in your tea. Yeah, because it soaks up the
uncomfortable.
tea in it.
I know.
For
right?
the Girl Scouts
I
of
would,
America.
if you ever go down to the British Pantry, I recommend chocolate hobnobs,
I like Biscoff.
which is
That
a type
sounds
of cookie
bougie style,
/
like-
biscuit, as we call them in the UK.
Chocolate-
Chocolate covered, kind of
Hobnobs.
crunchy, graham crackery.
Oh, you got me in chocolate. They are.
texture.
Grandma's
Chocolate
like, gotcha.
hobnobs. Grandma has had them. Dipped in tea.
Excellent.
Superb.
Yeah. I like Biscoff. That's always
Yeah.
a favorite.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Oh, trying to think of what other questions we asked. Go, Hugo.
Well, the last place that you went to watch the match, you mentioned that it was a establishment that had the fine Mexican cuisine that I loved.
Yeah.
What was the dish that you had? What did you eat there? What kind of taco was it?
Okay, so it was chicken tacos. Like just, I actually posted it, and then I instantly thought, Hugo will probably not appreciate
Tell me
this.
they were not crunchy.
Because
Was it Tinga?
No. I was thinking it was a chain Mexican restaurant.
It's okay. Mazatlan.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay with Mazatlan. I
I
said
was thinking you like these.
Mazatlan. Mazatlan.
You're okay with that? I wasn't sure because I know you like.
I know it's
You're
how to say it.
a connoisseur of these things. So, anyway, actually, what happened was it was a birthday celebration for a friend, and they kept bringing out these platters of Mexican food, and
Nice.
some of which I could identify, and some of which I couldn't. So we didn't order specific dishes,
Cabeza
but there were
de
little
toros.
tacos
Ooh, yeah.
with
lengua no tongue.
chicken, and there was little beef tacos, and they had cilantro and some other unidentifiable substance in them. I'm sorry, but they tasted nice. And
There you go.
yeah,
I
and
can't
I was
decide if it
watching
was
it.
just
I was highly
identifiable
distracted
or
because the
if you were
Sounders game was
Mazatlan.
on.
Yeah.
What was that?
No comment.
So let me ask you, were they soft shell or crunchy?
These ones were soft shell.
Okay, good.
Thank goodness.
You're safe. You're safe.
Okay.
You're safe.
Crunchy.
No.
No, it's not good.
No.
That's
Say
not
no to
actually a thing.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not a thing. No,
these were
the shells-
definitely soft. And actually, the cool thing is, if you have it, this is shout out to the Mount Lake Terrace, Mazatlan, next door to Cinnabar. You ever been up to Cinnabar? Anyone?
I heard
It's
of it.
It's
Yeah.
a cinema where you can have a
Cocktail.
meal and a drink at the
Yep.
same time. But anyway, we were at the Mazatlan next door. All the waiters and waitresses were wearing Sounders gear.
Nice.
I was
Let's
impressed.
go. Supporting.
Yeah, and
Like
I had
it.
conversation with
Like
them,
it.
and they had the Sounders game on the TV and everything. So, yeah, because I was actually a little bit frustrated that I had to go out to this event, and it clashed with the Sounders game. But I got there, and it's like they're all wearing Sounders gear, and they
good.
got the game on the TV.
New question I have for you. What's the best advice you've ever gotten?
In my line of work, in the announcing line of work, is never ever turn down an opportunity. I could tell you a long story, but part of the reason I got the Sounders job is because I took a job, and then that led to another job, and that led to the Sounders. So it's like never, never if unless they're not going to pay you, perhaps. But for me, it was like, hey, the money's not the object here. It's the experience, gaining the experience of doing a small job led to a bigger job, So, yeah.
How about non-announcing?
Best advice in life, generally, it's okay to fail.
It's okay to fail.
You learn from your mistakes.
Okay, it's a good one. Mark.
Best commercial you've ever done for a university.
Oh my God! Get
Funny
out
you
of
should
here.
mention that,
Couged
Mr.
it.
Cougar. Yeah, I did the
No.
WSU 125th anniversary commercial, but you'd hardly know I was even on there because
I saw
I only
it.
showed
I
the
seen
back
it.
of my head.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh.
I don't know all the lyrics, but I love it. If they had the words for it,
Oh, they do.
Bye
What's-
Bye Miss
that's how
American
karaoke
Pie.
works.
What is that?
Bye bye, Miss American
Okay.
Pie. I don't know the song.
Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Keep
It's
going.
American Pie. Oh yeah, keep going.
Hold on, wait a second.
And then
We're gonna make this work at some point.
something whiskey and rye, singing "This will be the day that
Can
I
you make that
die."
request?
Nice.
No.
That'll be up there.
Oh no!
At
Nobody
some
that
point,
just happened.
I'm not singing
Wait, that
Backstreet
was a
Boys
loaded
again.
Me neither.
That
dude.
was.
You at least you were hiding behind the wall. At least you were out there.
This is where
I was
we
like-
end the show.
I was the one that was in
You've got
front
one
center.
more minute.
Yeah, Mike Facito was like,
What do you got?
What advice would you give to someone who's looking at getting into voiceover work or trying to become an announcer?
Yeah. Well, to get to be an announcer is actually really hard because there's not many opportunities. So I was incredibly lucky and blessed to have this opportunity. But to get into the voiceover industry, make sure that you get some training. I had a professional voice coach who trained me to begin with, and then make sure that you cut a good demo CD or demo that you can sell yourself to agencies, because agents represent you in the voiceover industry. So good training, good demo, get represented by an agent, and then hopefully some doors will open to you. Yeah, and I know your wife Lani has aspirations to get into that, and that's the advice I gave her, and anybody else who wants to get into it. Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah.
That's a really serious way to end the show.
I know.
Does anyone have any jokes?
A lighthearted.
I could tell one,
All right, go.
but I'm not going to.
James, do you have any jokes?
Do I have any jokes? No. I'm not very good with jokes.
Any other requests? Al, any questions, feedback, comments?
Public service announcements.
Yeah.
Big shout out here to Al Wright. Al is game day production manager
Coming
for
down,
the
checking it out in
Sounders.
person.
Shout out
If
to
you
Al.
enjoy the Sounders experience, Al is the man to thank.
Yeah, man. It's
If you like the size of Canadian flags on the field, actually, this is a serious comment. Al solved that. Flag problems, Al made it work.
Justin Hancock,
Jessica
Hancock. Sorry, bad hearing, but
Jessica Justin.
that was a huge shout out there.
It's the same.
No, but seriously, so that's another part of the preparing for the games.
Yeah.
Something that you really enjoy being on the back off like the booth
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
behind the scenes
Yeah.
is the reaction of joy of people. Like at the last S2 game, they won, and seeing the kids go up to the front with their parents to
Yeah.
get ready to do the response, the call back.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool, man. Like you really like made a big impact into somebody's emotions, feelings. That's and yeah, shout out. No, not to just say it, but like I can only imagine like the reason why I'm here today is because the first game back in 2009, I got chills with those 3 goals and the first Seattle Sounders. I got chills, and I looked at my brother like right here, and we both were like,
Well, and it's a collaboration. I mean, Tom would know, and you would know. ECS does, and the Guerrilla FC and the North End Faithful, East Side supporters, and all the people that don't belong to any of those particular groups who are all part of the alliance. They're part of that atmosphere. So if we didn't have them on our end, we would be missing a huge chunk of it. So it's kind of like we can do everything to create that theater atmosphere, but without the crowd and the
fans.
passion of the crowd, you got nothing. So it's like you need both. You need a passionate crowd. You need passionate supporters. You need obviously some organization on the back end as well. The way we announce the goals, the way we do the starting 11,
Good
everything
accents.
else.
Yeah.
It's all a big package that goes
It
together,
is, man.
which is really cool.
it is.
So, great question from Todd Peterson. James, when you announce a visiting team players, do you face away from the field?
Also, do you stretch out one part of your fingers?
No.
Easy answer.
I look down on my script, but I don't, as you'll notice, and my level of enthusiasm is significantly
Sharp
less
decline,
for the visiting team.
As is mine for S2.
And, you'll notice that last Saturday, we always say once a Sounder, always a Sounder. Sebastian Letou was in the Philadelphia lineup.
Man.
He unfortunately scored against us, but
Boo,
I
Letou.
did give his name an extra pump up, and I always do that for significant ex-Sounders who come back to play here, because I think that's part of acknowledging they were once part of the team, and they're still, in a sense, part of the team.
You probably hear less who
Yeah.
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 Yeah. For
When
sure,
I
man.
got to experience the Portland game, that was my first experience of
Yeah.
turning my back, just like you guys. So that was kind of neat. Yeah. And
And we
hearing
can't
the
wait till you do
who.
it again this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I'd love to go back there.
It'll be fun,
Great
man.
question there, Todd.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. Thanks to everybody that watched. I think we're ready to get some karaoke going.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks, folks. We'll be back next week, May 2nd. Don't forget to go visit Constellation and Company on their big annual sale, 11 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. Shout out to the Berliner Pub. Shout out to our friend James coming down here. Tom, thank you for hanging out.
Good times.
Kyle, like always, my friend. Yes, sir. Yes to Mark.
Even
Grandma.
Mark gets a shout out.
Yeah, man. Thank you, folks.
Yeah, thank
Al,
you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much
everybody,
for
man.
inviting me on the show.
Yeah, for sure, man. Always happy to have you hang out, man. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week. Oh, yeah. This Sonarfeed Patreon supporter shout out goes out to Constellation and Company. They are a letterpress stationery company and gift shop in the Seattle Fisherman's Terminal. They make some of the most unique handmade products here in the Pacific Northwest. And this Monday, May 2nd, they will be having their huge annual sale. So make sure you check them out. They have some amazing books, some great cards, gifts, and their one-of-a-kind patch cards. So don't forget, Monday, May 2nd, their annual sale. They're located at the Fisherman Terminal. So check them out. Support our community. Support our friends. Thanks again for all the support you have for Sonarfeed.